Okay, in this video, part 3 on equation of the equation of straight lines, we finish off the examples. So in example 1, we were finding the equation. In this example, we're going to be given the equation of a straight line. Then from that equation, we're going to want to find the gradient and the y-intercept. And then using this information, we're going to make a sketch of the straight line. So let's get on with it. Number A, before we work through these, we just need to mention that the gradient and the y-intercept can only be deduced from the standard form of the equation of the straight line. Okay, so to get y to deduce m and c, we need to first express the equation in standard form, the equation in the standard form. So you're going to recall that the standard form is the form where y is the subject of the formula and everything else is on the other side. Once you've got it in this form, then the coefficient of x is always the gradient, and the constant is the y-intercept. All right, so let's see how this works out then. Let's start with A. Got y equal to x minus 1. Now, this is already in standard form comparing with this, because you can see that y is the subject of the formula. So that means we can just go ahead and deduce m and n. The coefficient of this line of x is 2, so the gradient is 2. If the gradient is 2, it's positive. It means the line is a bit like a forward slash. So it's upsloping. The constant is -1. This tells us that the y-intercept is going to be -1. So that sorts out the part 1. Then in part 2, we need to make a sketch of the straight line. In making the sketch, the first thing we need to do is always to locate the y-intercept. In this case, is 0, -1. So that means this line crosses the vertical axis somewhere below the origin. So anyway here we can locate our y-intercept, because remember, this is just a sketch. So if you locate it anywhere here, then it's marked correct. But of course, if you put it this side, then we have a problem. Then through this point, the line could either go through that point, the line, just quickly bring that back. All right. So through this point, the line could either go this way or that way. Okay. Now, but from this gradient of 2, that tells us that the line is upsloping, so it can only be this way, not that other way. And so that is going to be the correct sketch of our line. All right, then in B we have got y is equals to 7 minus 3x. Again here, this is already in standard form, so we can simply read out m. M is the coefficient of x. It's negative 3. It's important here that this number goes with that sign before it. So if m is negative 3, from our theoretical considerations, it means that the line is going to be a bit like a backslash. And then C, the constant is 7 here, so we have got 0, 7. So, and then from there we can now make a sketch of the line. First, start by locating the y-intercept. 0, 7 is going to be above the origin, and then this line is down sloping, so this line is going to look something like that. Okay, then in C we have 2x equal minus 9. There is an error in C. There should be 2x is equals to minus 9 minus 3y. Should be y here. Okay, so 2x equal minus 9 minus 3y. Now we can see that in this problem y is not the subject of the formula, so this equation is not in standard form. So the first thing we're going to do is to make y the subject of the formula. If we take this term and bring it this side, it is going to be plus. Take this one and bring it to the other side, it is going to be minus. Then if we divide everything by 3, then this is what we're going to have. Then minus 9 over 3 minus 2/3 x. So this is going to be 3 minus 2/3 x. Our equation is now in standard form. And so then we can deduce your m and c. The coefficient of x is minus 2/3. So this is telling us that the line is going to be shaped a bit like that. The constant is minus 3, so the y-intercept is 0 minus 3. Then we can make a sketch of this. This line is going to intersect the vertical axis below the origin because that is negative, and then it's going to be down sloping because from here we see that the gradient is negative, so the line is going to be a bit like a backslash. So then in D we have got 4y minus 10x is equal to, just check this out, equal to 18. So again here you can see that y is not the subject of the formula, so that is the first thing we're going to have to sort out. To bring the 10x to this side, it becomes plus. Then if we divide everything by 4, so this is going to be 10x over 4. 18 over 4 is 9 over 2. 10 over 4 is 5 over 2. So from this we can conclude that m, the coefficient of x, is 5 over 2, and therefore our line is going to be a bit like a forward slash. C is 9 over 2, so the y-intercept is 0. 9 over 2, 9 over 2, 0, 9 over 2 is above the origin. So let's make a sketch of the line here. So this line is going to intersect the vertical axis this side of the origin. It's going to be upsloping, so this line is going to look something like that. All right, this point we're going to give you an opportunity to have a go at these ones. So we recommend that you pause the video, go through these ones, and then when you continue the video, then you will be in a position to compare your answers with our answers. All right. Okay, we're hoping that you've had a go at these examples E, F, G, and H. Let's now scroll down to our solution. So for E, we have got y equals minus 2 minus 3x. This is already in standard form, so all you need to do is to read out m, coefficient of x is negative 3, means the line is downsloping. Constant is minus 2, so the y-intercept is 0, negative 2. So the line is going to cross the vertical axis at 0, minus 2. Sorry, actually we should have been labeling all these y-intercepts here. So here 0, minus 1. This one is 0, 7. This one is 0, minus 3. This one is 0, 9 halves. Okay, so this one we've got 0, negative 2, and since m is negative, the line is downsloping. The equation for f is already in standard form as well. So m is negative 1, so the line is downsloping. C is positive, so this time the line goes through 0, 4, and it goes down. This equation here does not involve a y. There is no mistake with it. So if that happens, if only one variable appears, then we just make that variable the subject. So here if we take 1 to the other side, and so this is x equal to 3. If you have watched our first video on these straight lines, then you're going to remember that x equal to a number lines are vertical lines. So this is simply a vertical line at x equal to 3. So there is going to be no y-intercept because it doesn't cross the vertical axis. M is going to be infinite because this line is vertical. And then for H, we have 6x plus 2y equal to 6x plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0. 6x plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0. So here we're going to have to make y the subject of the formula, minus 3 minus 6x. So y is going to be minus 3 halves minus 6 over 3x. So minus 3 halves minus 2x. So this is telling us that m is minus 2, which is telling us that the line is downsloping. C is minus 3 halves. So this line crosses the vertical axis below the origin at 0, minus 3 halves. So it's downsloping as well. So this line is going to look something like that. All right. So we're going to end here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. Please do subscribe, especially if the video is helpful, so that when we post more material on this sort of topics, then you can get notified immediately.